Top Gun Maverick is the new title holder for a Memorial Day open, raking in an estimated $156 million domestically over the 4 days this weekend. That broke the previous record of $153 million set by the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie in 2007. Kiko, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, it looks awesome, but obviously it's an ode to the very popular 1986 original. But it's crazy that it took Tom Cruise coming back to make a movie in 2022.
A 59-year-old actor.
59-year-old actor. I think still doing his stunts.
He's still doing his stunts.
He's
still doing his stunts.
But he's the title holder for the weekend open.
There's a few things to draw from this. Top Gun, in some ways, we were talking about this on Friday, that it sort of brings both or maybe multiple generations together. You were saying your parents' generation who remember watching this movie.
They went on a date, I think,
when it first came out. And then you've got, younger actors like Miles Teller who are on the movie to bring in a younger demographic too. And that's sort of the winning combination, at least it was in this first weekend. Fun fact, though, this movie was set to be released in July of 2019.
That's right.
They delayed it, and then the pandemic hit, and then it's one of those movies where they insisted it be shown in the theaters. And I think that raises, that points to what that theater experience is going to look like at a time when so many are asking, are people going to return to the theaters? It's this kind of movie that draws people in, right? Or superhero movies, but not necessarily maybe some of the other films that you don't necessarily need to see in a theater.
Yeah, you do wonder about kind of the headlines that we were talking about as the kind of reopening started to happen about, studios actually holding on to the releases. I think it was Black Widow that was the big kind of like opening movie that people could see for the first time since the pandemic. You wonder if Top Gun could have been released that early, a year ago or something like that, and that the studio maybe perhaps decided to hold on to it now as a strategy to really capitalize off of it. I mean, to be fair, maybe it's just part of the timing of it, because I think the original movie also came out around May.
Feels like a summer movie.
It feels like a summer movie, so I mean, maybe that was part of the timing.
And also Memorial Day weekend. I mean, that's the perfect release for a movie about the Navy.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think that also just the nostalgia factor of it, right? Culturally speaking, it feels like a lot of people are really into baggy jeans again, light wash jeans, right?
The kind of like cycle.
And t-shirts and inflation, right? I mean, inflation was in vogue in the 80s too, right? So you got that. Baggy jeans, inflation, Top Gun.
Well, and by the way, this movie almost wasn't made. And there's an interesting bit here, backstory, about how the director had just 30 minutes to convince
up on this.
Tom Cruise. Yes, I did read up on it. 30 minutes to sit down with Tom Cruise to convince him, or else the movie wouldn't have been made. Can you imagine the pressure? You're flying in, you're meeting with a superstar, you've got 30 minutes to convince this guy to make a movie before all the actors can come on board.
Yeah, and the guy, I don't know, maybe he jumped on a couch or something like that during all of that. But yeah, I mean, we just showed the AMC stock, probably in part due to the big release that they had, but that stock jumping as well. For what it's worth, my parents apparently saw Top Gun on one of their dates, which I think might be a subtle suggestion to me, like, Brian, like, maybe the new Top Gun is out, you should go take a girl to go see Top Gun.
I don't know if that's all going to work out, right? The same format, maybe not.
I don't think so.
That's a great story.
It is. It's very cute. It is very cute.
And have they seen the newest Top Gun? Have they gone out?
They're going to go next week. They're going to go next week and see it. So mom and dad, go enjoy that movie.